Hello and welcome to Youth in Agriculture. Today we are coming to you from Isinya in Kajiado County. And a few weeks ago we aired a program on cucumber farming, and I must say I was delighted by the number of questions that came in from some of you who are actually interested in cucumber farming. So today I'm not bringing you just an ordinary farmer, but I've brought you an agronomist who has vast experience in the agriculture sector. He has worked with many farmers from across the country, working on different agricultural crops, and I really believe that this show is going to be really beneficial to you. So sit down with your pen and notebook and take some notes if you can. My name is Susan Mwangi. I will be your host, and as of now, come with me as we go meet Joseph Ongeri, who is the farmer and also the agronomist of the day. How are you, Joseph?
Welcome, Susan. Long time.
Long time.
Oh, most welcome.
We really do appreciate the work you're doing with our farmers.
Most welcome.
I've had so many of them commend your work.
Most welcome. That's our job.
Oh, awesome.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us what you're doing here.
Yes, I think the last time we met, Susan, we were doing on farming consultants, especially on greenhouse farming consultants and generally in agronomy. But now you realize that our company, which is Greenhouse Services Kenya, we are doing greenhouse construction. As you came in, I think you can see the greenhouse you are seeing is the wooden greenhouse, which we are doing for our farmers. We realized that most farmers, as much as they would like to do greenhouse farming, it becomes a bit hectic financially. So we decided to introduce the wooden greenhouse, which is a bit affordable. So welcome and see the type of quality of greenhouse we are doing for our farmers.
I think that is a very good thing that you can now even help farmers get the right structure. I know that is another area of such a big challenge to most of the farmers, and especially those ones who want to venture in greenhouse farming. And also a few weeks ago we had a show on cucumber farming, and I had so many questions about people want to know the real costing, because people understand that there is an adequate market for cucumber, and so many people are interested. They want to know exactly how will the damages look like, what will be their cost of production, and they want those very extreme details. And I really hope that today you're going to help our farmers and those who are aspiring to do farming.
Yes, you are most welcome, Susan. We have been long enough in this field. Ask any question. We have the materials, we have the experience, we will give you the relevant answers. You are very lucky that you have come when we have just planted the cucumber in our greenhouses. I will take you through, I will answer your questions for the benefit of our farmers. So you are most welcome to our newly started farm.
So Joseph, do you work alone? Do you work as a company? And I can see a few people here at the farm. Maybe you can tell us a little more about that.
Oh yes, Susan, I don't work alone. You realize we have a range of activities we do. We raise the greenhouses for farmers. We train our farmers on agronomy. We advise them on several agricultural activities. So we work as a company known as Greenhouse Services Kenya. So we have a number of experts working within the range of the setup. Yes.
So thank you for that. And also you've mentioned that this is a new farm. I would like to understand why is this a good ecological zone, and exactly what size of land are we standing on today? How many greenhouses, and what are these first infrastructure that you had to get right even before now going inside to show us the planting?
Yes, as we stand here, we are in Kajiado County. I think, Susan, when we met last, we were in Kiambu. One of the factors that make farmers settle in a place is the availability of land and the water. So this place in Kajiado, the land is big, there is vast of land, so you can expand as much as you want. And this place, there is availability of water, since most of the people do not depend on rain. We have dug wells. We can see our well down there. We have enough water. We can see our storage. I'm going to show you our storage. So we have solved the problem of water, which is a key factor in success in farming. So we are in Kajiado. We are doing very well. We also advise our farmers in the entire of Nairobi. We are available at at your call. So anytime you call us within Nairobi and even away, we are here for you.
And I can see there is a structure here also.
Yes, as you see, a farm needs several structures. We have a greenhouse for the production of our crops. We have the structure. Here is the structure for our workers, because they have to be around for the security of our produce, for the security of our farm, and also to manage them, to manage their time in the farm. We also have the stand there you are seeing, as I mentioned it. We have a water source available near the farm. So you must have a number of things working to support your farming activities.
All right, then so let's go inside the greenhouse.
Most welcome, and come and see.
Wow,
welcome.
So good.
Yes.
Okay.
This is our work at the really start of the game. We have just planted this one, and it's we are on day 1. So as you can see, the crop is very happy.
Looks
We
so
have
good.
done. Yes. So you are most welcome. Ask any question for farmers. I know our farmers will want to learn more.
Yes.
We want to give them our information for free, such that everyone is able to have something in their pocket.
True. Joseph, you talked about affordability. How big is this greenhouse and how much did it cost you?
This greenhouse is 16 meters length and 30 meters long. So it is a greenhouse that can accommodate about 2,000 plants. So it costed me like 400,000 shillings, Kenyan shillings, to construct this. Yes.
And that is the materials. We can see the papers that you've used. We can see the woods and the drip lines.
Yes, the general costing from the whole parcel of a greenhouse, the poles, the polythenes, the drip lines, the whole setup costed me 400,000 Kenyan shillings, which is very affordable, as I can say, because we need to train our farmers when we talk about affordability. We should not look at the initial costing of raising a greenhouse, but we look at the long run costing, because this greenhouse itself, when it comes to production, the cost of production is very minimal. But when you do it outdoor, you realize that the same number of crops planted outside there will cost you a lot. So this one is very affordable when you look at the long run costing.
Let's talk about the drip lines and why is it ideal for this particular type of farming to use drip lines?
The greenhouse manages so many problems of a farmer. One problem of a farmer is the cost that goes to diseases and the pests. The cost that goes to irrigation itself, the irrigation systems, the drip lines and the entire irrigation system. The cost that goes to water itself. So farming has got 3 main factors: the land, water, and the structure itself. So when we talk about the affordability of this, the greenhouse manages those problems. When we talk about the diseases and the pests, this greenhouse has been built in a way that it covers and protects the crop against the pests and the diseases. When we come to water, we are minimizing the usage of water through the use of drip lines. Drip lines only use water through the drippers, so we don't waste water in the whole house. When you see this greenhouse has been built in a manner that we are able to control the parameters inside. Some crops need higher temperatures, warm climate, and sometimes you realize that when we go through the entire season of Kenya, like in July, June, it's very cold. So we have the side curtains which help us to manipulate and control the temperatures inside the greenhouse. So when it's very hot, like now, you realize that I'm sweating. But when it's hot like this, we open the side curtains such that we cool the greenhouse. When it's cold, we close the side curtains such that we build up the warmth inside. So we microclimate the inside the greenhouse for the benefit of the crop. Now inside the greenhouse, you realize that we have done the beds in the greenhouse. These beds have been raised to an average of 35 centimeters from the ground and 1 meter spread as the length of the bed. So we do this such that we avoid the waterlogging in the greenhouse. And we do this, we bring the soil together such that we give easy time for the crop to spread the roots. So you can see we have created the pathways such that our workers are able to move within the greenhouse for work activities without any problem. Every crop has got its own spacing limit. For those crops which have very big foliage, we tend to give them bigger spacing. But this one has a medium spacing, has a medium foliage. So what we do 45 centimeters to 60 centimeters crop to crop and 50 centimeters row to row. When you do that, you give a crop easy time to eat from within enough space. So another factor for farmers to remember is that watering is a key factor, but watering itself also can affect the farmer. What we usually do, 2 days to planting, make sure you water your soil properly for the start of the crop. And when you are doing the planting, the very day you have done planting, you also do enough watering. Then you cease, you stop watering your crop for 5 days. Why, Susan? We do that such that we stress the plant a bit, such that we encourage the plant to look for water. When the crop is looking for water, it means it's going to develop more roots. But when you give it more water, it will just be comfortable, it will not be looking for water, it will not develop roots. So what you do, you little bit avoid giving it water for 5 days. But still be watching such that you do not really starve the plant. So the moment you harden it like that, it will be developing roots. The more the plant has developed roots, the better, because it has established the roots, it will get the food nutrients for several plants, it will give you better production. So farmers should keep this in mind, that watering is good, but overwatering is bad for the farmer and to the plant. Yes. So,
like if it's given so much sufficient water, it becomes a lazy crop.
It becomes a lazy crop, it will not be looking for food, and if it sits there, it will not develop the roots, it will not give you enough production. So, there you are. Yes.
Thank you so much, Ogeri, for that first part of the show. We now have our crop ready, and we want to now even understand better. We have already put our investment of 400,000 to 500,000.